Hey everyone, this is Dr. Michael Bruce, the Sleep Doctor. After more than a year of virtual learning, hybrid schedules, and a whole lot of at-home time, I want to talk to you about kids going back to school and how you can put some extra thought and time into prepping your kids for better sleep. But before I do, I wanted to let you all know I have a new book coming out. It's called Energize, How to Go From Dragging Ass to Kicking It in 30 Days. I've created a personalized movement program to go along with your chronotype and a personal intermittent fasting schedule as well. When you're done reading this and following your new personalized schedules, you'll have energy all day long and sleep great. Please pre-order the book by clicking the link below. I know you'll love it as much as I enjoyed writing it. One thing is for sure, the stress of this long pandemic year has taken its toll on many kids as well as their parents. I'm now seeing some truly alarming research about the rise in mental health issues in children and teenagers throughout the pandemic. Re-entry into the normal way of life may be relatively easy for some kids, but for many, it's just going to be more complicated. While some kids may be excited to return to their regular school-based lives, others may feel nervous, reluctant, overwhelmed, and even unprepared. Most people never think about it, but it's always best to do a bedroom check before your kids go back to school. Hold on a second, Dr. B. What do you mean by a bedroom check? Remember, kids need quiet, dark, and cool rooms for consistently restful sleep. You may want to ask yourself, do the window coverings block outside light in my child's bedroom, or is it all lit up? Another question you might ask, are their bedrooms screen-free, including phones and tablets? And finally, do your kids need some noise-canceling equipment to maintain quiet from bedtime to wake-up time, like a sound machine, not a video game? A little-known fact, a clean bedroom elevates sleep as well. A clean bedroom is more inviting and restful. It reduces the impact of allergies on sleep, and it can improve sleep quality just as much as our kids as it does for our adults. Here's a scary fact. Before the pandemic, more than 80% of children were spending at least 3 hours a day on digital screens. Can you imagine how that number looks now? We're just beginning to get data that measures the increase to screen time in children during the pandemic. Some initial research indicates that, not surprisingly, screen time soared during these many months of at-home time. Resetting these boundaries around screen use with your kids may take some time, but trust me, you need to have that conversation. Kids are especially vulnerable to stimulation from blue light, which is found, surprise, surprise, in high concentration in digital screens. I spent a chunk of my pandemic year working with Luminaire to create blue light blocking glasses specifically designed for kids and teens. They filter out blue light to protect sleep and to protect children's developing eyes from eye strain and light-induced eye damage, from both artificial light as well as natural light. I'll attach a link below if you're interested in learning more about them. Next, it's important to know how much sleep your children need. Children, including teenagers, need more sleep than adults to support their developing minds and bodies. The general recommendations for sleep includes preschoolers ages 3 to 5 need about 10 to 13 hours a night, including naps. Grade school kids ages around 6 to 12 need somewhere between 9 and 12 hours a night. And teenagers, that's kind of 13 to 18, need somewhere between 8 and 10 hours a night. Remember, children's individual sleep needs may vary. Some children may be closer to the lower end of the range of their age group, while others may need the high end to feel rested and function at their best. One thing I'm always talking about to parents is to gradually adjust their bedtimes to align with school schedules. I always start by having a conversation and being realistic about the time you and your children need to get up and get dressed and out the door in the mornings. You might be out of practice with this routine after nearly a year being mostly at home, so it's really worth having that conversation. If your grade school child needs to be up at 6:30 in order to be at school by 7:45 a.m., bedtime is going to fall somewhere between 6:30 and 9:30 p.m. A high school teenager who needs to rise at 6:30 for school will have an optimal bedtime that falls somewhere between 8:30 and 10:30 p.m. Next, understand your child's chronotype and how it changes. Remember, kids move from lions, remember those are the early birds, to bears kind of more in the middle, sometime around age 6 or 7 at about the first grade. Teenagers move from bears, remember, more in the middle, to wolves, late night owls, at the time of puberty, which can be as early as 11 or 12 during the middle school years. If you're a parent with a child in these age ranges, you may be dealing with a new chronotype and a new sleep preference. Keeping your child's chronotype in mind can help you establish realistic expectations for nighttime as well as morning routines. And it may slow down on all of those fights that seem to happen every morning when you try to wake up your kid. To learn more about your child's chronotype, take the quiz below in the description of the video. Third, you may be considering shifting dinner time to align with new bedtimes. For kids as well as for adults, trying to fall asleep on a full stomach can be tough and, quite frankly, uncomfortable. An activated digestive system and the corresponding rise in body temperature can mean it takes longer for kids to actually fall asleep. Remember to give your kids enough time to digest their dinner before bedtime. 60 to 90 minutes is a good time frame to work with as a minimum buffer between the end of dinner and bedtime. One of my favorite techniques is to create a power down hour just for kids. Kids benefit tremendously from pre-bedtime routines and help them make the transition to sleep at the end of an active day. As part of the move back to school, set up your power down hour tailored just for them. The specifics can vary according to your child's age and interests, but here are some basic templates that you can follow. Take the hour before their chronotypical bedtime and chop it up into 3 20-minute segments. 20 minutes for them to get a few things done before bed. Finishing last-minute assignments is not a good idea here. It might be best to spend a little time playing a board game or picking out clothes for the next day. Next, make your child's power down hour screen-free. No TV, no phones, and no tablets. Music is a great accompaniment to power down hour for kids, as well as audiobooks. The second 20 minutes is used for hygiene, like brushing your teeth, taking a bath, those types of things. My final piece of advice is really important. As you transition toward the new school year and after the school year begins, stay consistent with bedtimes, wake times, and pre-bed routines. While it's not always easy, I promise you it's worth it. Kids will come to know and expect what's coming night after night. That's soothing for their minds and provides a sense of comfort and security that can help them transition to sleep more easily. Keeping all that we've been discussing in mind, putting some extra thought and attention into your child's sleep can go a long way towards giving them the smooth transition back to the classrooms. Thanks for your time, and once again, I have a new book coming out called Energize, Go From Dragging Ass to Kicking It in 30 Days. Pre-order your copy by clicking the link below. Until next time, I'm Dr. Michael Bruce, the Sleep Doctor, wishing you sweet dreams.